Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be a Mercury retrograding in Libra twin flame reading for my dearest Taurus. So Taurus, Mercury retrograde in Libra has us going over old ground and rediscovering things on a different level. We will look at how we do relationships, our habits when we're trying to build intimacy, and most of all, how to process emotions and make healthy adjustments within our lives and on this twin flame journey. All right, Taurus, I'm going to read the divine feminine on the left, the divine masculine on the right, and then we're going to see what's going on in between you. All right, let's go ahead and see what messages we have for my dearest Taurus for this Mercury retrograde in Libra twin flame reading. Messages for my Taurus, please. We're going to start with some oracle cards for the overall energy. So the divine feminine, all right, so is in this energy of weighing up her options, trying to decide, trying to make a decision either about this connection or between two people. The divine masculine, is starting to feel jealous. So it may be that the divine feminine has a karmic around her or is in a karmic situation or is in an energy of feeling single. Now remember, when I say she or her, he or him, it's not gender specific. I'm reading energies. And then we have reversible. Okay, so for a lot of you guys, this is a connection. You know your twin flame. You may be in separation from this person. There's something that's happened between you guys, okay, where you guys are no longer together. The divine feminine is weighing up her options or her choices, and this is definitely triggering the divine masculine here. And we have stolen. Wow. So definitely there's some third party energy. There's a karmic around this situation. It feels as if the divine feminine has definitely is entertaining other options or maybe with somebody else. I feel like the divine masculine here feels like he's been robbed of this opportunity or of his person. So interesting energy here, Taurus. Remember, you can, choose which one you resonate with. All right, so let's go ahead and dig into what's going on with the divine feminine. So the first card we're going to look at is what she may be thinking or feeling at this time. So we have the Nine of Wands. Okay, so she's very guarded, protecting herself. She's looking at all of the hard work that she's put into this situation. The Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior. So I feel like this has been a saga with the divine masculine, maybe very back and forth. Maybe there's been a lot of interference within this connection. I see that she's very guarded, and she's protecting her energy while she's making up her mind. Now, how she's viewing the divine masculine as the Eight of Wands in reverse. So she may feel as if the divine masculine has pushed her away somehow, that pushed her to a place where she needed to make a decision, a difficult decision. The divine masculine may have ghosted her, may have pulled his energy back with the Eight of Wands, maybe being very defensive, or maybe was. I just get that she feels like the divine masculine pushed her away, so she moved in another direction. There may be very little to no communication between you at this point in time. What the divine feminine doesn't see coming, the Judgment card in reverse, is there's a situation that she may be judged unfairly. It could be that she judged herself or somebody else involved in the situation unfairly. But there is a decision here that needs to be made, and when the Judgment card is in the upright, this is a decision that has been made and I'm moving forward and it's for my highest and greatest good. So I do see that this period of indecision is going to persist for the divine feminine. Okay, and advice and outcome energy, the Ten of Wands. So like I said, I feel like with this Mercury retrograde in Libran energy. Libra energy is about weighing up the options and making certain decisions. I don't feel like the divine feminine is going to either be able to or want to make a decision regarding this connection. She may sort of keep things in a holding pattern. throughout this Mercury retrograde, so at least throughout the next 3 to 4 weeks, the shadow period as well. And with the 10 of Wands though, but she will be releasing burdens. She will be, she's in the process with that 9 of Wands of doing that inner work. Whether that's evident on the outside or not, she's definitely going within to do this inner work, to release burdens and to end a very difficult cycle. Now, for some of you, this may be that the divine feminine is deciding to walk away from the twin flame journey if it's become too difficult or too burdensome, or she just feels like she's not getting what she wants and what she needs out of this connection. Okay, so we'll go ahead and dig a little deeper though before we jump to any conclusions. But the good news is there is a very difficult karmic cycle that's coming to an end here with I feel like with the ending of this Mercury retrograde, it will all become very, very clear. Important energies are not Aquarius, but maybe Aries and Scorpio. So how the divine masculine is feeling or what he's thinking, the Lover's in reverse. Absolutely. The divine masculine here feels like a scorned lover. Feels like he's, he feels as if the divine feminine has chosen somebody else or has been stolen from him. The Lover's card in reverse, there's some sort of third party situation here that's really eating at him, really getting to him. I feel like the divine masculine in the situation may be all consumed by this and very, very triggered. Okay, how he's viewing the divine feminine at this point in time. The Magician in reverse. Okay, so there's that Mercury retrograde energy being confirmed, that there's going to be movement after this, once Mercury stations direct. Strong Virgo and Gemini energy here, but he feels as if the divine feminine has given up on this connection or given up on him. He may also be feeling as if he was duped or tricked by the divine feminine here with the Magician in reverse, that somehow she misled him, or she was, not being honest about her feelings. So I do feel there's a very distorted energy around the masculine. He's carrying around some very heavy negative energy blocks. So it is a little bit of a warning here, because he's very, very triggered at this point in time. And the Magician in reverse, it's like he feels as if the divine feminine wasn't being honest, was lying, maybe engaged in trickery. He may even feel as if, because we see this stolen energy with all of this sort of swirling black energy around them, he may also feel as if the divine feminine is under some sort of spell, or there's some sort of black magic that's been done, either, on the divine feminine to make her turn away from him or choose somebody else. All right. What the divine masculine doesn't see coming is the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups could be that there is some sort of romantic rival. It could be, in fact, that there is some sort of spell work here that's taken place, or that some negative energy that has been placed on this connection, on the divine feminine, or maybe it's a karmic attachment that the divine masculine has, maybe from a certain choice or decision. This Queen of Cups here to me feels as if it's some sort of third party interference, a family member, a friend, a karmic partner that doesn't want to see these two together for whatever reason. But I'm also seeing here that the divine feminine, despite her turning away from the divine masculine, that there's a lot of love here, okay? That I feel more than anything, she's trying to avoid disaster, and needs to sort of rebuild and guard her energy. And that what the divine masculine isn't seeing right now is that there still is a lot of love here between the two of them. And the outcome and advice energy here for the divine masculine is the King of Pentacles. So this is about stability. This is about slow and steady. So I do feel that, the divine masculine is in a very reactionary, very triggered energy right now, especially if he's seen or heard that the divine feminine has choices or is with somebody else. But I feel like this Mercury retrograde in Libra is also going to show the divine masculine what it is that he needs to do, what's coming up to the surface, in order to bring this connection back, or to come into alignment, so that he's providing, the stability and the strength for the divine feminine to flourish and grow and to feel safe and secure. So whatever this is, if there's a karmic that's come between the divine masculine and the feminine, or their decisions and choices, and I do feel that the divine masculine also needs to be accountable for his choices and decisions, because there's something here with this Queen of Cups that I feel like either he chose somebody else in the past, or was doing something deliberately to try to trigger the divine feminine to act or to make her jealous, that this actually backfired on him as sort of karma or negative energy, or lowered his vibration. So I feel like with the King of Pentacles, this is about raising his vibration, bringing stability back, maybe focusing on his physical health, on 3D wealth and stability and abundance, because Spirit is saying that whatever has come between you two is reversible. Okay, whatever actions and decisions have been made that may have lowered your vibration or theirs is also reversible. There's definitely possibility for reconciliation. There's definitely possibility for energetic up-leveling here. Okay, but it is going to take some work. All right, so let's see what's being brought to the surface, this Mercury retrograde in Libra for this connection. The Chariot, Cancerian energy. So yeah, somebody here is stuck. There may be considerable emotional and physical distance. Like I said, I feel the divine feminine has turned away from the masculine, either because of this negative energy or a third party interference or connection. But she's still also very stuck on the masculine. So it's like she's still very connected. The Chariot card in reverse tells me, though, that there's some sort of, and I see that here with this karmic wheel with the Queen of Cups energy, although there's a lot of love, there needs to be some adjustments here and some up-leveling in order to get this connection sort of back on track. And I feel like that's on both parties, on both sides. All right, so what needs to be released? We see the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, somebody's been holding on to something. It can be resentment. It can be another person. It can be trying to control the situation too much. It's distorted masculine energy. The Four of Pentacles is about, I'm going to control the outcome here. And I feel that's very much so the masculine, but there needs to be teamwork. There needs to be compatibility. There needs to be building each other up, not tearing each other down. Okay, and I feel like something here, whatever the drama or the trauma or whatever the decisions that have been made in this situation, have really created, a disconnect within this connection, instability as well. And there's a need for a bit of a paradigm shift. And, I feel like it's within the masculine energy, because he's very, very triggered. I'm almost feeling almost victimized here with the energy of stolen. But I feel like also with this Queen of Cups, it could also be a tit for tat, like, he did this to me, or she did this to me, so I'm going to do that. It's kind of vice versa, and this is something that needs to come to an end. So I do feel with this Chariot card, this is the divine sort of calling a time out here on this connection. All right, so let's see what's being learned and final outcome energy. The Sun. Beautiful. All right, so there's definitely growth, expansion, enlightenment, happiness. All right, and we get the Five of Cups. This is that reversible energy, because the Five of Cups is about shifting focus, and I feel that very strongly, especially within the masculine's energy, needing to focus on the lessons being learned, focused for both people on accountability, what has sort of decisions, this whole Mercury retrograde in Libran energy is about, how do I do relationships? How do I foster intimacy? And we don't all do that in a healthy way. There are things that we do in love that, are repeating patterns that may need to be purged and released. And I do feel that this sadness, this sorrow, this disappointment, this grief that both people here are experiencing is something that the Sun can and will burn away. as long as we take this time to really take a look at our triggers and our negative reactions and do the shadow work here. And we see the Hermit card in reverse, strong Virgo energy. So this is about learning tough lessons and going within. And that's affirming what I was just sort of talking about here. Really going within to find these answers and using this Mercury retrograde period, not so much as a time to take action and to push forward, but to see what's coming to the surface that needs to be purged and released. So we do see the knighthood coming out on the divine feminine. So I do feel this is like a karmic person. Now remember, not all karmics are bad, and the twin flame journey is far from easy. So the divine feminine is really taking a look at what's in alignment with her. And if the masculine is currently in a distorted energy, I feel like she's turned in another direction. There may be somebody who's wooing her or courting her, that's making her feel good, making her, treating her the way that she wants to. Okay, so it's a very much so a dating energy. It's very much a chivalrous energy. All right, the divine masculine is love life. Yeah, and I feel like there's a lot of love, there's a lot of romance between both the divine masculine and the feminine, but I also do get that the divine masculine has also this Queen of Cups. I don't know if it's a karmic person for him or if it's a past person or it's somebody. It feels like this is somebody that it feels like interference. Now it could be a friend, it could be a family member. I'm getting like dual energy off of that Queen of Cups. There's also a lot of love and the divine masculine looking at, maybe having had a tough time in love, but wanting to offer love to the divine feminine, wanting to, step up for her. But there's this shadow work that needs to take place. He will be reaching out towards the divine feminine. He will be sending a message. Whether that's received or not, I'm not so sure, because the Judgment card feels like the divine feminine has put up a really strong walls and barriers between her and the masculine at this point in time. But there still is a lot of love here. Okay, but I also feel like there's some drama here with a karmic relationship. Yeah, and Spirit's saying that, what's going on within this connection, we have lessons and blessings. So divine timing is at work here. You need to give it time. But that, with wisdom, we can let go of that which has been sort of holding us back and keeping us stuck. We can also heal, purge, and release, and turn away from sort of the darkness and move into a happier period of time within this connection. And I also feel that the sun, divine masculine energy, but the sun, happiness, growth, expansion, can burn away and reverse what has taken place here. Okay. Because it feels like it hurts. It feels exhausting as well. Like it feels like it's been very exhausting. This is most likely a journey that you guys have been on for quite some time with one another. And it does feel like you guys know who each other are. Okay, whom each other is. My grammar. All right, let's go ahead and see what additional messages come through. So we get advice for the divine feminine. Pause in your journey. Absolutely. Because I do feel that the divine feminine here is exhausted. She's definitely, there's something here that has happened or transpired in this connection that made her feel like her heart had been ripped out. This is somebody who's just, so I don't know if the divine masculine chose somebody else above her, or there was a constant sort of karmic situation or something from the past that wasn't allowing this connection to move forward. So I feel like the divine feminine kind of just gave up or just decided, I'm not doing this anymore. I can't go on. I'm exhausted. So I do feel that the divine feminine has definitely put a pause or a halt on this connection. All right. And yeah, the divine masculine, number 33, pause, translucence. I don't know where I just said pause, but love the darkness. So this is about really diving deep, doing that shadow work. And there's some dark energy coming to the surface that the masculine does need to sort of take a look at and deal with here. But I also see that things are becoming very clear for him as he sort of goes. It feels like a dark night of the soul. There's maybe some emotions, feelings, triggers that he had been oppressing or didn't want to deal with that he's dealing with now, or he's being forced to take a look at. All right. And jealousy is absolutely one of them. And yeah, beautiful. So like I kept saying, I love this confirmation, burn away the past, the sun, resilience. So this connection, definitely whatever has happened here is reversible. And with that sun card, it can burn away that grief and that sorrow. It can burn away, and it doesn't mean that you just forgive and forget, or you don't deal with what's happened between you guys. And I love that confirmation there from my phone. But you but you deal with it, you purge it, you release it, you let go of what's happened. And we see that with the Four of Pentacles. This could be letting go of a lot of stuff that's gone on in this connection in the past. Okay. Let's see what else comes through for you guys. For the Divine Feminine, we get Perpetua, she who aches, sadness, solitude, silent, and withdrawal. So she, with a very heavy heart, the Divine Feminine has withdrawn from this connection. Like I said, she may be dealing with somebody here who's courting her, who's wooing her. But, you know, I do feel that it makes her happy, and I don't think that she's sort of walking around empty. But there's definitely some sadness. You know, she does long for, yearn for her Divine Masculine and wish things were different. And the Divine Masculine, surprise, discovery, revelation. So I think he's going to I think he's going to surprise himself. Like I said, there's a lot coming to the surface, and we see her sort of pulling back these curtains with these butterflies, going through a deep transformation, shedding light on parts of himself that he really never wanted to deal with in the past. Okay, and so this is there are going to be some surprises for him, but there's also going to be something beautiful coming from all of this. Okay. And we get empathy, gentleness, and insight. She who nurtures. And I love that, because twin flames are always connected there with that third eye chakra, feeling each other, mirroring each other. There's this tenderness, this love between you guys. And, you know, that doesn't really ever go away. But I do feel that, you know, this with nurturing, with time, with care, holding space, that, you know, this is reversible, whatever you guys have been through. So there is hope here, but again, I do feel like it's going to be up to the Divine Feminine is at a crux, at a crossroads about whether or not she wants to continue on this twin flame journey or not, because it has been heavy. It's been deep. All right. And we, each and every one of us, have that decision, that free will. You know, is this meant for me? Or, you know, is there somebody else that would, you know, bring me happiness and joy, you know, peace into my life? And not all twin flames end up together, as we know, right? Okay, so let's see, feeling stuck. So absolutely. And throughout this Mercury retrograde in Libra, I do feel with the Judgment card in reverse and choices, the Divine Feminine is not going to make a decision. I also feel that whatever the pattern or karmic cycle that you guys were in, the Divine Feminine felt stuck in that connection. But the Divine Masculine is very clear. He wants commitment with the Divine Feminine. But is it because somebody else is giving her attention? Is it because he feels as if she's been stolen away from him? Because I feel like there was something here that he wasn't doing, nurturing and loving the connection when he had her, when you were together, because I feel this energy of exhaustion from the Divine Feminine. So that's something here that really does need to be looked at. All right. So Taurus, I'm going to leave it there. I'm sending you lots of love and light. Take care.